Hi everybody, and welcome to TFT Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with the outlook on the emotional exchanges. It's a 2-card reading for the entire Zodiac, 2 cards for each sign. The first card is the good vibe you're going to have this week or you want to try to seek or encourage. And the second card may be the kind of bad trip you want to avoid, the negative energies that may be coming your way. So we can kind of give you a heads up, and hopefully you'll be able to watch out for that. So, and we do this every week on Fridays at 7 o'clock a.m. So thank you very much for coming. And I've been using the Final Rose Tarot, which is a cool new deck. I've been using it for a couple months now. There's the actual box cover. It's got nice gold and gilt. You know, I'm just attracted to those shallow things. But actually, seriously, the game, it's a tie-in with a game. One of those bachelor dating kind of games, you know, marriage proposal games. And I believe it's called The Final Rose. I don't know if it's still on TV, but I've been using it for a couple months, and I more or less like the results I'm getting from it. So we're going to go ahead and get going with that right now, shuffling the cards. And once again, thank you for coming. Hopefully your emotional outlooks will be wonderful this week. And this is the week for February 18th. I'm sorry, March 18th. You know why I knew something was wrong? Because February 18th is the day after my brother's birthday. And I'm like, no, it's not my brother's birthday. March 18th till the following Thursday, and that would be the 24th. All right. So I'm going to separate the cards into 4 piles for the elemental associations. However, I will be pulling the cards in the direct zodiac order, starting from Aries, working through Pisces. And for the contrary vibe, the bad trip, I'm going to pull from the bottom. So the top card for each zodiac will be the good vibration. The bottom card of the deck will be the bad trip. All right. So this will be the air, fire, water, and earth. First up is fire. To be continued. This is the Hangman upright, herein called the cliffhanger. So the good vibration could look like things are in motion but are not quite determined yet, and that there may be changes that need to happen, maybe sacrifices or big changes in order for things to move ahead to a better resolution. Now, what's the bottom card for Aries? That would reveal the contrary bad trip vibration, and it's the 4 of Swords. Here it's called the 4 of Mirrors, and it says the reassuring rose. Now, the 4 of Mirrors, I guess this is saying that maybe this overall idea from here is going to take longer to get back in there, that the good vibration of having to consider giving up things or making some changes will be a longer process, that maybe you will have trouble getting through some of that because it's just, you know, you're maybe Aries, you're being impatient. So watch out for that. Alrighty, so now we move to our Taurus Earth pile, and the first card for them. Oh, nice. You have the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is called the Mansion. And of course, the Four of Wands is the TFT unofficial or official party card. That was a little obnoxious, wasn't it? Okay, so what does that mean? So the vibration that we're accepting, the good vibration, may feel for Taurians that we really, oh, this is so Taurian, we're really here to celebrate. We're really here to, you know, be in the party, to be in the moment, whether it's our own celebration or whether it's someone else's. So this could be saying that, you know, in terms of really good associations or relationships, Taurians are looking forward maybe to meeting new people or reacquainting with really strong, loving, caring friendships. What could possibly go wrong then for this week? So from the bottom of that deck, we have the reversed Five of Swords, the Five of Mirrors. And of course, that's another official, semi-official card for TFT. I tend to think of it as the no one wins card, whether it's upright or reversed. It says the Tattletale, and it shows a little rat, a rat think, you know, that kind of thing. And so if I'm looking at them together, I'm thinking for Tauruses, there may be a situation that arises out of this that maybe is embarrassing and that maybe you can't really win, and maybe it involves gossip. So I'm wondering if you're going to some sort of party or celebration, maybe you want to be a little careful about who exactly you talk to and about what, especially if it's maybe people you haven't seen in a while and maybe you didn't realize that, you know, maybe all is not well. So now we go to the air signs, Gemini. And your good vibration card is the Emperor, the Bachelor. So I think for Geminis, this is a strong card for this week, especially in terms of the emotional situations that really you are projecting your strongest attributes, Gemini, and that you are really putting it together in terms of seeking, you know, a better relationship or more strength in your current relationship, more standing, more foundation. So it's a pretty good card for you. And again, what could go wrong? Your bad trip is the Seven of Cups upright, and they call it the Edit. And that's not so bad, really, of course. But it may be saying that wow, Gemini, maybe you really can't decide. Maybe there's either procrastination or ambivalence for you. You're going to just possibly be overwhelmed with really thinking it out, parsing it out, and maybe, just going to have to say this, maybe it's because you really don't like any of those choices, Gemini. Okay, then on to the water signs, Cancer. And your first card, your good vibration, is the reversed Four of Rings, and that's the Four of Pentacles. So your good vibration, I think, is saying really, you're really releasing some of your attitudes about possessiveness, Cancer, that maybe if you've been going through a situation where you're moody and you're really obsessed with somebody and you can't quite get there, maybe the good thing is for you to really analyze that and let go of some of that, that idea that, you know, certain emotional territories or geography are yours alone. So then water signs, what could be worse than that? That's actually a good thing. I mean, that's saying you're really looking at things and saying, I could be a better person by working on my possessiveness. So then the bad trip looks like it's another mirror card. It's the rings, or the mirrors, and that's the swords. And so we have the Two of Swords upright. And so I guess this is saying that really that despite you working on some of these issues, you still have a kind of impasse in your emotional life that maybe things are just going to have to sort of hold steady, a status quo. You're still looking for more information. And so I'm wondering if maybe the idea is, there's a challenge to the idea about you being possessive, and you're sort of just marshaling your forces to address how you're going to really deal with that. So now we're back to the fire signs with Leo, and top card, which is the good card, the good vibration, is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands, called the Three of Roses, and it's next destination. So your good vibration really is showing you fire signs as going towards something really wonderful. You have plans, and you feel that these plans are really moving along. You're really enjoying the sense of where you are directing yourself to go. So, what's the bad trip to try to avoid? And it's the reversed King of Cups, here called the King of Flutes. And it says single dad. Of course, I don't know that that's necessarily what we're talking about here, but the idea may be that there's a sense of some obligations, emotional obligations. Maybe it's not children because you're a single father, but maybe it's other dependence of some sort, or situations that depend on you, and that these things may obscure where you're hoping to direct yourself, and that you might have to either figure out priorities or how you can satisfy everybody emotionally, because both situations are something you care about, but one has an immediacy about it and the other one is more dependent on you, and you have to be doing the right thing. Okay, so from Leo we go to the earth sign Virgo, and Virgo has the Nine of Wands, meeting the parents, it says. And, the Nine of Wands, well, usually that looks like somebody who's just sort of has that sense of, I have to do this, I have to soldier on, I have to be strong and do this. So meeting the parents is a little bit funny. But I think in terms of your emotional good vibration this week, this is saying that really you don't have a big expectation of anything really wonderful happening to you. It's more of the obligations that you're working on in your emotional life. So it may be that you're at this time just being called to be more supportive to somebody who's close to you and who needs your emotional support. So that was Virgo's top card. Now Virgo's reverse card, your bad trip. And it's another reverse king. It's the King of Swords reversed. And it says the intellectual. Now I'm not going to reverse that. But what I am going to say here is that probably you have to really watch your impulsiveness in terms of maybe making a fast decision in regards to the first card, like maybe the idea that you're dealing with some obligations. You might decide to do something really quick to try to shift those or to move them or to do an end run in certain ways, and this may not be your best judgment. In any important decisions, romantically, emotionally, whether it's about the first card or not, just make sure you're exercising good judgment. It sort of looks like you might be trying to force some issues that you would be better off just sort of working with them more naturally. So from Virgo we go to Libra, the air sign, and Libra has for their good vibration the Page of Wands. Aww. And it says the free spirit. And the Page of Wands is often a message, a messenger, and maybe this messenger is you. People who are, what did I say, Libra? Is this air sign? Yeah, Libra. Sorry about that. You are this person who is a messenger, a free spirit, and you're looking at what is in front of you emotionally. It may be that there's some things coming up for you. You sort of see like there's signs coming to you, messages coming to you that something good emotionally. Maybe you're in a relationship, but maybe it's just something else that takes that relationship more, or something you're really, expecting or hoping for. Or, maybe a relationship is happening. So then, air signs, what is the bad trip? And the bad trip is another court card. It's the Knight of Rings, so that's the Knight of Pentacles. And it says the late bloomer. So the bad trip is that maybe there is some message involved here, but it's really going to take a little bit longer to get where you need it to go. If the message is coming from you to someone else, it may be taking longer, or vice versa. It may be the idea about somebody not really understanding what the message is. And so maybe this is saying that in overall emotional, romantic friendships, be clear with communication, Libra. No ambiguities. So now we're moving on to the water sign Scorpio, and their good vibration card. Wow, it's the Ten of Cups, and it says a proposal. So this is talking about really like those kind of, oh my God, this is so happy, the ultimate happiness. And of course, nobody has the ultimate happiness. I'm not sure what the ultimate happiness really would be. Okay, maybe some people have it, but they're probably rich and none of us know any of them. So I'm thinking that what this is saying is, for Scorpios, you are having a strong vibration towards feeling this love, this foundation in your life, this family, this tribe, this really big good thing happening. And that maybe you're seeing it happening, maybe you're trying to make it a part of happening. This is very general. I realize that. That's just what the cards are sometimes. But maybe for Scorpios, the idea of a proposal isn't too far-fetched. Maybe the idea of something coming to you that really promises taking your happiness to some other level. I think that's really what this card is trying to say. What could that be, Scorpio? Now, your bad trip in all this is another 10. It's the reversed 10. Oh, it's the Wheel of Fortune 10. It's not another suit card. It's even worse. It's worse, Scorpio. It's the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Destiny. And so despite the idea that you're really magnetizing, drawn towards some strong element of a good thing coming to you that you want to accept or you want to give, there's also the idea that maybe it won't ultimately work out, or that maybe you'll be met with the idea that the time is not yet, that there's something going on that's going to inhibit its flow, that the cycle's not really ready for this thing to happen. And so it's really like a come here, go away, or stay away kind of moment for Scorpios, because what they're feeling here is like something's really pulling them in, and at the same time something else is saying, maybe not yet. All right, so now we're back to fire signs with Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, for their good vibration, has the upright Queen of Swords, and it says the bitch. And of course, I don't feel that this is appropriate necessarily, but I do think that as a emotional, beneficent type of vibration, this is saying that the qualities here are really to be as attractive and compelling as possible, because there is this idea of your control being challenged, or your control getting its test in a way. So it may very well be that you're thinking of a major move emotionally, and it's one that maybe people are likely to misunderstand your motives, or chalk it off to the idea, oh, well, that's just you because you're just the bitch. Not so sure about this, but that's kind of what I got there. So then your bad trip, Sagittarians, it's the reverse Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords reversed. Delays with undertakings. So once again, I just wonder now if it's maybe the stars, or maybe if it's the moon thing going on. I know moon and equinox is going on that we seem to have these ambitions or drawings towards power or strong emotionality, and then there's this like not so fast card, or well, not just yet card, and it's, you know, the reversed Ace of Swords. It's the prime cut, it says, but it's reversed. And so the idea here is that maybe that that cut of beef you've been looking for, metaphorically or otherwise, is just not quite ready for you. It may be that the struggle will just go on, but you're obviously ready, Sagittarian, so don't let anything stop you necessarily. Now we go to the Earth sign Capricorn, and Capricorn has the reversed Three of Wands, and there's a flying squirrel there. It says leap of faith. So the of Wands reversed. Three of Wands reversed. Well, I guess it's saying maybe there's things you want to believe, but you're not really sure this week. Maybe the good vibration about that is that you are tempering what you want to believe based on either the past or what you know, and therefore you're willing to wait on things. I mean, Three of Wands does talk about maybe delays in some plans or things, so this could be saying that the good vibration is that maybe you're going to be able to use this time to analyze what's going on in this emotional situation and figure out where you can retool and find more energies or resources to address what that situation is. So that was Capricorn's good card. Now Capricorn's not so good card. And it's the World. It's the World. It's called the fans in the final rose. And as a bad vibration, it's really talking about the expectations that you feel from others. Maybe not fans, but the world around you. And the sense that you have to be perfect for them. So this is the bad vibration that, along with the other card, would seem to suggest that you want to make time of studying the situation and understanding where you need to put your faith and your patience, but at the same time you know there's expectations that don't really match up with that, and that's the fans. So now we're to the air signs in Aquarius, and it's the reversed Five of Cups. It's called I Fucked Up. Sorry, I'm the worst, it says on the cake. So Five of Cups is one of those cards that I feel is better than the other way around, the right side up. To me, what this card is saying is your good vibration is feeling like you've been forgiven, or you've been vindicated in certain ways. You've been feeling that the energies of maybe emotional problems you may have caused, or things that you had to separate yourself from, really were for the best reasons, and that you have a clear conscience about moving ahead and understanding how it should be for you now, you know, your sense. So then your bad trip is 15, Major Arcana 15, the villain. And of course, that's our devil card. And so this is saying you want to avoid becoming obsessed. You want to avoid becoming involved in arguments where you're only going to look bad like the villain, or where no one can potentially win. You're going to want to try to avoid all the emotional situations that are gaslighting or not judgmental. What's the word I'm looking for? Well, shaming, making bad excuses for. So it sounds pretty intense. I don't know how it's connected to the first card. It may be that somebody doesn't really want to let you get away too easily from where you see yourself being vindicated. I wonder about that. Finally, we're at Pisces, the last water sign. And you have, for your good vibe, the Seven of Wands reversed. And the Seven of Wands reversed, drama. Well, maybe this is less drama because it's reversed. Maybe the good vibration here is that you're feeling you don't need to make a big fight about what you're emotionally trying to accomplish, whether it's a new relationship or whether it's struggles or situations in your current relationship or your family, emotional life. You don't want that drama, and you are willing, at least for this week, to more or less back down or let a status quo kind of assert itself. This is about avoiding maybe a battle that you don't feel is worth winning at this time. I don't think this is a forever situation. I think that you may have to approach this again in the future. So then the bad trip really from this, so that's saying really that, you know, it's in your better interest to avoid the drama. What you really want to avoid, though, is the reversed Three of Rings, Three of Pentacles, the group date, it says. And I think this is saying that there may be a collective thing going on around this with more than one person where they maybe are trying, you know, to use this as a teaching lesson for yourself or them. Maybe emotionally somebody is thinking they want to judge how much of a partner you really are with the situations, whether or not you're invested in relationships or situations. So you may have to work with those energies too, and yet still try to avoid the drama. Hi everybody, once again. And so that's it pretty much for the emotional exchanges for this week. And I know it's a little long. I'm getting used to this new reading, but I hope you enjoyed it. Please let us know. Also, don't forget to watch our happy hour tomorrow at 10 a.m. and Banshee's show, The Material Matters, at 10 a.m. on Sundays. Like us, share us, subscribe, all of that. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you again.